Good afternoon, everybody, from Hanaway Rink on the campus of Plymouth State University. NHIA Division III boys hockey action here on Pennybaker TV. Scott Fitzgerald alongside Jim Carey and Jeff Caron here as the Laconia-Winnisquam Wolfpack take on your Kearsarge Plymouth Cats. And Jim, the Cats come into this game 3-1, playing well, and Saturday afternoon game look to build a little more momentum here as they take on Laconia-Winnisquam.
Yeah, I think Cats have been doing a nice job this year so far. They, as you stated, sitting at a 3-1 record. Opened up with Conval with a nice 6-1 victory there. Especially that first game's always important, but with the whole co-op thing, it was a great way to start the season. They came back here. We lost to Belmont Guilford, who was defending champs last year, and in a pretty good game. We got down early, 2-0. I think we got down, I believe, 4-0, Jeff, in that game, and came back and made it 4-2. Made it 4-2, and had them on the ropes a little bit. If we could have punched in that third goal, I think we would have seen a little different outcome. Absolutely. So, hopefully we'll see them later in the season, and again, with any team, you look to continually grow. So.
Both teams here in a co-op situation where we join two schools to form one team. And we're about to get underway. Here's Shabbat, ready to take the face-off. Mangle and Demas. Hoyt goes for the puck as it's dropped in the corner. Fulsick also in the starting lineup, stands out in front of the goal as Laconia-Winnisquam in the near corner brings it out. Shot put on net. Throws wide as Kearsarge Plymouth look to break it out. Miscue on the pass, but Fulsick able to gain the puck back in as she goes up. They go in the middle to Shabbat. Fires one on net just wide. Good hustle by Nangle. He gets the puck, throws it in the middle. No one there.
Anthony Velez came in and put some pressure on the front puck.
Jacob Arnold with the puck as he brings it in, but it's defended well. As Velez, nice check in the corner.
Way to play the body.
Laconia-Winnisquam gains the center line, but unable to control the puck.
Doug Bro broke up that defensive play there.
Doug Bro has made the switch to defense, breaks it out. Able to dump it in the zone. As the Cats give chase, and here's Jacob Arnold, brings it in the middle, gets in the front. Puck taken away, but Bro there to keep it in the zone.
Another solid hit, Scott. That was incredible. Very clean, took the body.
Cross check. We're going to get a penalty here on the Wolfpack.
And with 13:31 to go here in the first period, the Cats will go on their first power play. Good job attacking the net here right off the gate.
Attacking the net, and then, talk about pressing forward and pressuring the puck, but also the body. And again, it was a very clean hit by Demas, and the Laconia-Winnisquam player felt he was going to retaliate. But so we're on the advantage. Good job, Plymouth Kearsarge.
Arnold takes the face-off as Velez gets in the corner, but Laconia-Winnisquam able to clear. McIntyre gives chase here in the near corner. Throws around the back to Velez. Velez will look to break it out and set up the power play. Arnold down the center of the ice as he skates in the zone. Drops it off to Velez. Well defended. McIntyre will able to tries to poke it in the zone, but Laconia-Winnisquam on a little short-handed breakaway. And nice job by Bro to retreat, get in front of that puck.
What a great job by Doug, especially just having made that switch, like you mentioned, to defense, and he took a great angle to prevent that breakaway.
Les fires on net. Nice save, lost a stick. There's Shabbat's in the corner, battling. And then it pokes the puck out, but Fulsick right there to gain it back in, fires it towards the net. Deflected wide. Shabbat able to gain it in, throw it around the boards. With Fulsick and Arnold there. Demas puts it back out. Hoyt fires one high and wide, but the Cats able to keep it in the net. 40 seconds left here on the power play, all tied. 12:08 left to go here in the first period. Kearsarge Plymouth and Laconia-Winnisquam. As Laconia-Winnisquam clears it out of the zone.
I know last few practices, coach has been trying to have an emphasis on the power play, and I'm sure that one there he was not completely pleased with. There were some nice things for sure, had a couple good shots, but I think a little bit better puck possession and maybe a little bit better traffic in front of the net might be what he's looking for.
Cats come down in a breakaway, fired towards net, hits
Nangle
up
got a
top,
shot
right
off.
up on net. Is still not covered up, still in front of the goal, and the goalie does a nice job covering up. Great job by Alex Nangle to even get that one on net from that angle.
That's the traffic in front. I think that I was just talking about. That wasn't bad traffic in front.
Nangle was actually behind the goal line there and shot it backwards and able to hit the goalie in the shoulder and had it drop right in front of the net. Able to do a nice job covering that up. 1 second left here in the power play, so Laconia-Winnisquam will be here at even strength. Fires on net. Easy save as Prince gets it near corner. Laconia-Winnisquam look to break out, a little bunched up. Velez, Bro, and Arnold going for the puck. McIntyre in the far corner. Unable to gather in, as put it around. Jacob Arnold here in the near corner, brings it around net for Bro. Bro puts it back for McIntyre. They look to skate out, unable to possess the puck, but Jacob Arnold. As Laconia-Winnisquam gains his zone, but not able to keep it in. A little bit hectic here in the opening, and Velez on a little bit of a breakaway. Comes down the far side, dumps it across. Nangle on front, unable to hang on to that puck. Good job by Laconia-Winnisquam on the defense.
Hoyt and Bro back on defense to...
Shot goes off the post for Laconia-Winnisquam. Ricochets out as Bro puts it across the center line. Laconia-Winnisquam regains possession. Comes in, gets open, fires on net, save by Rowe.
Good job by Cody right there after probably being a little nervous after having it just hit the post. That was a nice stop he made.
Nice angle taken by Cody Rowe, the junior goalie for the Cats.
Icing here. This will be an icing.
Hoist throws it out and looks like will be an icing. 9:51 here in the first period, tied 0-0.
Number 9 had 2 great shots there for the Wolfpack.
He did. He created a little space for himself, a little separation, and had a nice quick release. Again, goalie's best friend, that post on that first shot. So
line changes. Nangle, Barber, and Laureate seeing their first action of the day. Fulsick goes around the corner as they go on a little breakout. Barber on the near side, throws it on net, goes a little wide. Trying to keep it in. Nice job by Hoyt. Is that what he scores?
From the blue line.
From the blue line, fires it on net. Kearsarge Plymouth leads 1-0.
Ethan Laureate got in front of the goalie, and I think he screened him pretty well.
Did he get a piece of that too, Jeff?
I don't think he got a piece, but I think he was standing straight in front of the goalie, so he was blind to it.
Very good. Take his
we'll
eyes
figure
away.
it out right now if he got a piece.
Great heads-up play by Hoyt as he was out on the blue line and threw it right towards the net. And he got
scored by number 17, Gordon Hoyt. Assisted by number 22, Bailey Nangle. Hoyt from Nangle.
Hoyt from Nangle on the goal, and again, heads-up play to see that opportunity just to throw it on net.
Well, that was a nice rush by that line, and I know that coach has been, he's doing a nice job with 2 communities here, kind of trying to figure things out here. It's still very, very early, but that line's a new one that he put together, and he's excited about having Ethan and Bailey on the outside, or Bailey Nangle, and he had Bailey Barber in the middle.
Well, the adjustments by Coach McKinney pays dividends. Only 6 minutes into the first period of the game as Jacob Arnold gives chase. Gets the stick on the puck, but unable to bring it in. Laconia-Winnisquam looks to break out, goes off the boards. Gains the blue line, throws it on net. Rowe with the save.
Boy, what a nice job by Duncan. First on the, also by Cody on the save, but Duncan got caught pinching a little bit of that and hustled back, and he hustled back after he got caught pinching here, and he was the first guy back to clear that rebound. And as coach, as Jeff, as you know, being the father of a goalie, that type of hustle by all players, but especially a defenseman that may get caught up ice, that hustle was great to see.
I think all goalies appreciate anybody that gets back quickly, and it's always a welcoming sight to any goalie to see his defense flying back.
Nice.
And key, especially on the high school level, you can make up a lot of ground if you got kids who are willing to hustle the entire game.
Absolutely.
8:36 left in the first period. Kearsarge Plymouth leads 1-0 over Laconia-Winnisquam. As Fulsick brings it around, loses the puck, but regains it back here in the near corner. Throws it off the boards. Looks like it's going to be icing on the Cats.
Fulsick was trying to hit number 3, Alex Nangle, and it just got away from him, and no one touched the puck, so we got it iced all the way back.
Hey, I'm new to the high school hockey. I love hockey. I watch a lot of the Bruins, NHL fan. I was amazed to know that you can change on an icing for Federation, whereas college and high school game, you have to keep the people out there.
Yeah, and you look at National Federation rules, many of it geared towards safety. You look on ice change, trying to get those fresh kids on the ice when they do the icing.
Great point. Great point.
8 minutes to go, first period. Laconia-Winnisquam brings it in front. Was able to get it on a shot, goes wide, saved by Rowe. And Fulsick clears it out. Gets around the boards, and it breaks out as Velez. We got a 3-on-2 for the Cats. Velez on the right side, fires it on net, off post. Cats unable to keep it in, and Laconia-Winnisquam will bring it out. Jacob Arnold gets the blue line over to Velez. Velez in front, puts it in, net, scored! Arnold to Velez, and the Cats lead 2-0.
Now, Scott, that was a very, very pretty play. You had 2 rushes in a row, and you and I have been talking a lot. Those 2 kids have really connected and have enjoyed playing with each other, haven't they?
Jacob Arnold and Anthony Velez have made a nice pair early going. You can see they always know where they are, each other is on the ice. And it's been a real good addition to get those 2 as the Cats lead 2-0, 7:32 after the first period.
Anthony Velez, assisted by number 12, Jacob Arnold. Arnold from Velez.
As they announce Arnold from Velez, or Velez from Arnold, excuse me. And again, unselfish hockey here by the Cats, and that's been a theme for them here in the early going.
You and I have noticed that a lot early, how this team moves that puck, very unselfish.
Laconia-Winnisquam on a breakaway, 2-on-1 as Bro hustles back to get in the play. Nice job on the defensive end. Looks like Max Phillips. Great job as they were on 2-on-1, and he was a catch-up shot on net, and Rowe able to make the save. And Jeff, you can comment a little more on this. For goalie, any goalies, but the positioning is such a key as they able to put themselves in the right position can make it a lot easier on themselves.
Absolutely. Positioning is everything for a goalie. With the kids today, the speed that they have on their shots, all they have is positioning. You can't move into position like you could years back. Kids are so good today, and equipment's so good today, that the speed of the shot is so much that positions everything.
And often you'll see the best skaters on the team can be the netminders as they're got to get themselves in position and do a lot of moving. 6:25 left in the first period. Kearsarge Plymouth leads Laconia-Winnisquam 2-0 as the Cats bring it in their zone. Excuse me, in the Laconia-Winnisquam zone, but they're able to get the puck and come on out as they bring it in. Far side corner, puts it around the net. Nobody home for Laconia-Winnisquam. Fulsick, Hoyt back on defense as the Cats flip it up. Looks like they're going to go for a line change, but an icing call. 5:52 left in the first here on Pemmy Baker TV. Kearsarge Plymouth leads Laconia-Winnisquam 2-0.
And a nice start, all the way around. As I said, a couple good rushes. I really like how everybody's collapsing to the net. When Laconia-Winnisquam is making that rush forward. We have everybody coming back. So important.
Well, especially a challenge for a coach meeting two new teams to try and put the right lineup together as they make the chuck-a-puck announcement, but trying to get the right lineups put in, and the right pairs and who you combine. Each is an experiment here in the beginning.
And it's a constant, whether it's a professional level, college level, any sport, you know, from game to game. See who's playing well. You know, that can change in the middle of the game, and I think Coach is doing a nice job of that.
Laconia-Winnisquam tried to dump it in, unable to do so, but 7 there on a hard collision. Jacob Arnold comes back for the puck. Phillips able to get it out. Velez on the far side. Looks to brings it in the middle. Nice move. Flips it on net. Save. Nobody home. Arnold there. Throws it up. Oh, can't get the goal on the right side. Puts it back out. One-timer. No good. Goes wide on the deflection. Again on the one-timer. Goes wide right. And Anthony Velez tried to keep it in. As Laconia-Winnisquam shoots it out of the zone.
I got to tell you, Scott, I thought Max Phillips just had a great shift. Kind of got the old Malachi crunch on the boards, went down pretty heavy, got right back up and helped start that play, and then made a couple nice offensive plays. That was a nice job by him, keeping his composure too.
Good energetic play here in the early going by the Cats. There's Demas in the far corner doing a nice job to battle for the puck, keeping his ground. Mangle joins the party.
We have a penalty. We'll see what the official's calling on this. Any idea, Jeff?
I believe he's pointing at number 11 from Plymouth, Kearsarge.
Garrett Demas.
Demas is going to spend some time in the box. I didn't see what that was.
I just saw, like Jeff, you were saying, just kind of saw two kids battling on the board, but he must have missed the hold there.
Sure.
4:14 left here in the first period. Laconia-Winnisquam, the Wolfpack will go on their first power play as the Cats lead 2-0. Face off in the Kearsarge Plymouth zone.
Cats penalty to number 11, Garrett Demas. 2 minutes for holding. Demas, 2 minutes holding.
Again, Demas 2 minutes in holding and out on the power play. Phillips has a one-timer towards the net. Cody Rowe able to get down and keep it in his pads.
Great save by Cody.
That's got to be tough because you can't feel everything when you come down. Sometimes you don't know where that puck is. It's up there in your pads. Laconia-Winnisquam fires on net, but deflected off of Phillips.
Nice glove save by Cody.
And again, Rowe doing a real nice job in the early going and getting some nice angles. Almost eliminating any part of the net for them to get it on.
I think this is the fourth face-off in a row here. We got to win a face-off in our defensive end. That's 4 in a row we've lost.
Shabbat on the face-off, and he tries to get the puck.
This first line of the Wolfpack is doing a very nice job of getting pressure to the goalie.
3:43 to go in the period. 1:27 left on the power play. Throws it through, and Rowe again staying low. Good job. That was a good shot as he kept it on the ice right through traffic. Rowe instinctually going down and makes a save.
Again, positioning is everything, and he stayed true and kept his position and was able to block the puck.
Arnold on the face-off. Another shot. Again, as Jimmy, you said, Laconia-Winnisquam doing a great job winning those face-offs and getting some good shots on net.
Boy, Cody just stood up tall there on that minute. How long was that? About 50 seconds of a flurry. 5-6 shots. Good job, Cody.
Racked up a bunch of saves during that. Laconia-Winnisquam comes over the blue line. Shoots, but it goes wide. Fulsick there on defense, as well as Hoyt. Jacob Arnold with the puck. Tries to flip it up. Good look. Unable to connect with Velez.
And the Wolfpack chose to keep that line in, so we'll see if they change up pretty quick.
Nice job, Jacob Arnold. He flips it in the far corner. Got some line change here as Mangle comes out. Win by McIntyre. Also Phillips, along with Jacob Arnold. Laconia-Winnisquam throws it into the near corner. Looks to chase. McIntyre there. Jacob Arnold gets it to go out of the zone as Laconia-Winnisquam dumps it in the far corner. Gets a line change.
15 seconds left in the power play, so hopefully
Max Phillips just cleared it out again for the Kearsarge Plymouth defense.
4 seconds to go on the power play. And Sabat throws one on net. Nice steal. And we're back to even strength here. 2:10 to go in the first period. Cats lead 2-0. And Sabat out front. Tries to throw one on, but deflected. Wants it back out for McIntyre. McIntyre towards the net. Looks to deflect. And number 3, Alex Nagel, takes in the rebound. Nice calm presence and puts in the goal. The Cats lead 3-0.
I'll tell you, Duncan did a heck of a job right there. You often talk about so many kids want to wind up and tattoo one. He just put it in there nice and softly, almost more of a pass than a shot, and Alex was able to clean that up. Pretty nice, Jeff, huh?
Real pretty. That line is really working well with one another, and I believe that the three personalities and skill level are certainly paying off for Plymouth Kearsarge.
Nangle from McIntyre.
Composure, the theme of that goal right there, as both players showing great composure, stayed calm, threw it towards net, and Alex Nangle doing a nice job of gathering that puck in, taking an extra second to find the hole and putting it in the net. 1:27 to go here in the first period. Kearsarge Plymouth leads 3-0. Fulsick dumps it back for Hoyt. Laureate there as well. Laureate with the puck. Goes off the boards by the bench. Nangle in there. Laureate in a big hit in the corner. Couple big hits.
I think we just got a high,
crowd, but
I'm going to say whether it's high stick or boarding, I'm not sure. I think they got Bailey Nangle. High stick, just a little follow through. If he had kept his stick down, would have been fine, but got caught up a little high.
A little extra oomph into that check cost the Cats as they're going to again go on the power play. 59 seconds to go in the first period. They lead 3-0, but Laconia-Winnisquam on the power play.
Number 22, Bailey Nangle, is the brother of Alex Nangle. So when you hear Nangle a lot, it's because you have
In a row with another
pair of siblings out there on the Plymouth.
Nangle, 2 minutes high sticking. Nangle, 2 minutes high sticking.
Laconia-Winnisquam on the power play. And they're able to put it in the net. They're able to throw it on net. Made the initial save, but had to go down low to make that save. And the Wolfpack right there to throw it in the net. And now it's 3-1.
Yeah, again, Wolfpack did a great job of exploiting the hole in our defense. And that's what happens when you have 4 players defending 5 players.
Especially in the last 4 minutes where they've had 2 power plays. That's tough to hold off.
That's correct.
Wolfpack goal scored by number 12, Nick Snyder.
Nick Snyder.
Assisted by number 18.
When you have 2 penalties so close together, like you said, Jimmy, it gives the offense an opportunity to play without that additional player, and it's a very large hole to fill.
Nick Snyder on the goal for Laconia-Winnisquam. 30 seconds to go here in the first period as the Cats keep it in the zone. Jacob Arnold in front. Throws it wide. Good job by Laconia-Winnisquam to body him up. Arnold behind the net, throws it out. Fulsick in front, throws it on net, goes wide left. 15 seconds to go in the first period. The Cats keep it in the zone. Jacob Arnold up front. Laconia-Winnisquam collapses, unable to gain the puck in. As we're coming down with 2 seconds to go. 1 second, fires on net, goes wide. Good first period for the Cats here as they lead 3-1 over Laconia-Winnisquam. And gentlemen, that was a good job by the Cats to come out with a lot of energy and build a nice lead.
Well, I think they had a solid first period. Other than what Jeff and I had just mentioned, you got to be a little bit better disciplined than to take 2 late penalties in a period. One thing with this team this year is some late goals have been a bit of a nemesis for us. Jeff, would you agree at the end of periods? And when you have a couple penalties back to back, that's hard to keep that momentum going into the next period.
That's correct. And the Wolfpack here for Laconia-Winnisquam They're coming off of a 1-3 season, and they're really trying to grab a win here right after the Christmas break. So they're very, very hungry right now, and any type of advantage you give them, I think they're going to take the opportunity to.
But as Scott said, I think overall a very solid period for Kearsarge Plymouth hockey.
And Coach McKinney, I'm sure, will address in the locker room between periods the discipline, and that's high school. That's one of the best lessons high school athletics can teach anybody, is that discipline and staying focused for all 15 minutes, because as soon as you let loose and you got a hungry team, they're going to take advantage of it.
We'll see how they come out in the second. I was pleased with how the kids played, so very excited to see, as you say, what adjustments or what Coach talks about. So,
well, we're coming to you from Hanaway Rink on Plymouth State University here on Pemmy Baker TV. After one, the Cats lead the Wolfpack 3-1. We'll be back with the second period. Welcome back here on Pemmy Baker TV. Start of the second period as Kearsarge Plymouth leads Laconia-Winnisquam 3-1. Good first period by the Cats as Laconia-Winnisquam gains the puck, brings it around the net. Skates all the way around in the zone. Nothing going. She fires on net, goes wide right. An angle in there to get the puck as number 17, Gordon Hoyt, gets it, flips it up. Nice pass to Shabbat, who gives chase. Icing's waved off to here in the near corner. Demas follows up. Scramble for the puck, throws it on net. Joe, just wide left. Nice shot by number 17, Gordon Hoyt. Laconia-Winnisquam able to get the puck and bring it out as he throws it across the net. I don't know if we're going to get a penalty or a retaliation.
We're going to get the penalty.
Yeah, Gordon Hoyt got a hooking penalty.
It would be interesting to see if he did anything with the retaliation. He did not.
Gordon Hoyt with a hooking penalty to start the second period, 14-12. Only 48 seconds gone by. And the Wolfpack will go on their first power play here.
As you say, you get that stick parallel with the ice and working the hands. It's going to be a hook every day, every level.
Third power play on the game, first here in the second period.
Number 17, Gordon Hoyt.
As we just talked about at the end of the last period, trying to cut down on those mistakes. And the Cats put themselves in a pinch here. And the Pike goes in front, and they flip it in and score the goal. And we're back to a one-goal game.
We're talking 3 power plays in the last 5 minutes. And it's made it a 3-2 game where we've pretty much dominated the other 10 plus minutes of the game.
Nothing Rowe could do there. He went down to try to save the puck. Came up in front of the net and they threw it in.
And that's the first line again from Laconia-Winnisquam, and they're certainly bright enough and experienced enough to take advantage of Plymouth Kearsarge when they.
Lance throws the puck on net. Jacob Arnold unable to bring in the puck as they keep it in the zone. Phillips during the puck, but Laconia-Winnisquam regains possession. Nice check by Velez to gain the puck. Jacob Arnold brings it in, brings it across the center, dumps it up front for Bro. I don't know if Rose made the switch up to forward for the second period. He's still on defense. Bro up front, flips it towards the net. Goes wide left. Trying to poke it in. And it looks like we got the goal. Bro tried to poke it in and it was still there. And Jacob Arnold picks up the remainders. And the Cats lead 4-2.
I'm sure the goalie would like to have that play back.
Good response for Kearsarge Plymouth. Great response.
Great response.
13-15 left here in the second period. Laconia-Winnisquam cut it to 1, and the Cats respond right back. Less than a minute later, take a 2-goal lead again.
Cats goal scored by number 12, Jacob Arnold, assisted by number 21, Doug Bro. Arnold from Bro.
Laconia-Winnisquam on the charge at number 9. Seems like their top players. Definitely causing some problems here for the Cats.
Number 9 definitely has some speed, some stick handling abilities, and creates his own shot. Nice player.
We're gonna The Cats are going to go on a power play.
Number 18 for Winnisquam.
Captain for the Wolfpack. It's like the elbow.
Comes in with the elbow. Let's see this power play here. I know the first one wasn't exactly, as I said, lacked a little puck possession and a little traffic in front of the net. See if we can get those two things going here.
McIntyre, Phillips, Arnold, Velez. Looks like Prince out there on the power play.
2 minutes elbowing. Laconia, 2 minutes elbowing.
Smart play by Laconia-Winnisquam to kind of circle around.
Anthony's a little upset with himself. He should have been able to possess that puck, tried to make a backhanded pass. The old play your way you're facing might have been a better strategy at that point.
Poke it out. Prince tries to get the puck, but
Laconia-Winnisquam has done a nice job to eat up some time on the penalty.
1:25 left on the power play. Kearsarge, Plymouth unable to get anything going here in the early going of this power play. 11:55 to go in the second period. They lead 4-2. Jacob Arnold does a nice job of tapping it to himself off the boards. He and Prince come on the break. Arnold in front of the net, goes around. Nice job of getting an opening. Unable to keep the puck on his stick. They keep it in the zone. Arnold in the near side corner. Looks for Velez. Velez flips it towards the net. Not much doing there, and Laconia-Winnisquam clears it out.
Again, I think anxious. You can't blame them. They have a shot opportunity they want to put on net. But I'd like to see us work that power play and that man advantage a little better.
3-on-2 break for the Cats. Velez throws it on net. Goes a little wide left. Mangle in the corner. Jacob Arnold grabs it. Comes out front. Shoots it. Save. Now Laconia-Winnisquam loses the puck. Getting a little chippy out there right now here in the power play.
Still have time. Like to see some patience here and again, work that man advantage, that 5-on-4 as opposed to just firing on net.
10 seconds to go here in the power play. Sticks on the ice. And looks like the Wolfpack will do a nice job of clearing this penalty. Ben Shabbat comes in the far side corner, throws it on net. Easy stick save, puts it across in front. Doesn't connect as he had Demas in front. Shabbat able to bring it in, throws it across the front of the net, nobody home. Laconia-Winnisquam goes on the break, flips it up. Looks like we might get an icing haul when we do. 10:20 to go here in the second period. Kearsarge Plymouth leads 4-2.
Good first 5 minutes. I mean, again, we have that undisciplined mistake to begin with, get them back within a goal and respond real well and get back up 4-2. Again, not a great power play for us, I don't believe, but I think we're going to be okay.
Both teams need to be careful as they're trying to do a little bit of extra hitting and takes their focus away from playing. That's where you get in trouble with the power plays, costly mistakes. Juggling for the puck in the corner, but Laconia-Winnisquam gets it. Breaks out. Nice job by Hoyt, able to poke the puck away, but the Wolfpack regain it. Stay on side, throws it towards the net. Rowe goes down low to make the save. Back behind the net. Looks like we're going to have another penalty.
That's Bailey Nangle's second penalty. He's shaking his head.
Nangle with his second penalty here. Again, go back to the composure piece.
I personally didn't see I was looking at the play, I really didn't see a grievous hit or elbow.
Cats penalty to number 22, Bailey Nangle, 2 minutes slashing. Nangle, 2 minutes slashing.
9:37 left to go here in the second period. Wolfpack on the power play. Jacob Arnold tries to get it out. Wolfpack able to keep it in the zone, dumps it on the far corner. McIntyre behind the net, and able to flip it out and clears the zone. 1:30 left to go here in the power play. Cats lead 4-2.
Good pressure up ice by Anthony.
It's important to give pressure.
Again, we talk about it on the offensive end, but those two guys just did a nice job together. Anthony first pressuring, and then you had Jacob coming in after that.
Phillips and McIntyre on the D as Laconia-Winnisquam comes around the net. Doesn't see anything. Velez trying to poke it away. Jacob Arnold defends, throws it on net, deflection, and the score. We talked about it. We got to get his name. We'll hear it on the goal, but number 9 again, and he's in front of the net. We're back to a 1-goal game, 4-3.
You know, their power play has been very efficient, and they're using that extra man that we talk about. And I believe all 3 goals have been power play goals.
All 3 goals have been on power plays. 8:48 to go here in the second period.
Just got his name.
Wolfpack goal scored by number 9, Cole Reed. Assisted by number 18, Jack DeCormier, and number 12, Nick Snyder. Reed from DeCormier and Snyder.
I thought it was Steven Samko, so I wasn't sure, but he sure seems like he's playing that way.
Number 9, Cole Reed for Laconia. And we're going to get a little bit of hung on to the puck a little too long there. Cole Reed, number 9 for Laconia-Winnisquam.
And Gordon Hoyt did a nice job keeping that play into the Wolfpack end. We'll see if that pays off here.
Shabbat, Demas, and Nangle on the line. That's Fulsick and Hoyt out there on defense. Keeps it in, fires towards net. Oh, nice job. Tried to get the deflection. Nangle in front of the goal. Unable to connect.
Very good job by both defensemen, Fulsick and Gordon Hoyt, on one-timers. That quick shot, I love seeing that. It doesn't always have to be a blast, as we've seen on a couple of our goals, just a shot with a purpose.
Alex Nangle, great position on that last run. Put his stick out, just went a little high. Arnold on the face-off. Wolfpack able to win.
Plymouth has their second line out there, Jimmy.
This has been a solid line all year, hasn't it, Jeff?
It's very fun to watch.
Pokes it away. We got a 2-on-1. A nice job on the defensive end by the Wolfpack.
Almost looks like that stick was parallel to the ice. I just didn't see that for that hook, but he took Arnold off his line.
Fulsick in there. It looks like we may have a penalty. I'm not sure what. He has his arm up in the air. I think we may have a penalty here.
I believe it's going to be a high stick.
You got it right. High stick on the Wolfpack. With 7:38 left in the second period, the Cats are going to go on the power play.
Kearsarge has their second line out.
Wolfpack penalty, number 7, Noah Smith. 2 minutes high sticking. Smith, 2 minutes for high sticking.
Noah Smith, 2 minutes high sticking as Laconia writes it out. Nice job by McIntyre to get the puck up to Bro. Bro fires it on net, goes off the left post. Arnold in front, looks for Velez, unable to keep the puck.
All right, let's see if we are patient here and take advantage of that.
Arnold in the far corner.
Odd man situation. Still, that off-angled shot isn't a good one on a power play.
Laconia-Winnisquam able to clear, flips it back in, but not on sides, and it goes off the skate of the Wolfpack. And he clears his own. 1:13 left to go here in the power play. 6:48 to go in the second period. Cats up 4-3. Ended the first period up 3-1. Laconia-Winnisquam has been able to cut this lead to 1. As Arnold, Bro, and Velez up there, but looks like we're going to get a line change. And a nice check there. Kind of a puck bouncing around in the middle of the ice, not a lot happening, and Laconia-Winnisquam able to clear. 36 seconds to go in the power play. McIntyre with the puck. Up to Demas. Demas tries to go by, but has the puck taken away, and they dump it in. 23 seconds to go as the puck flies into the Laconia-Winnisquam bench. Cats lead 4-3. Demas, Nangle, Shabbat up front for the Cats. With Hoyt and Fulsick on the defensive end. 13 seconds to go in the power play. Unable to connect on that pass. Dumps it back for Shabbat. Shabbat into the near corner. Gordon Hoyt can't keep the puck. And number 9, a little extracurricular activity. And that's going to be a power play for Kearsarge Plymouth. Not a smart play.
Number 9 with a, I think they're going to call him for a charging into the boards.
He's had a heck of a game. He doesn't need to play the game that way.
You could see that coming. He had about 10 feet, and he rode Kearsarge
right into the board.
And the play was nowhere near it. And the ref was standing right there, able to call the penalty.
That's certainly beneficial to Plymouth as Laconia-Kearsarge was dominating the puck there for a couple of minutes.
High sticking, 2 minutes, number 9, Paul Reed. 2 minutes, high sticking Reed.
Great pass by Velez.
5 minutes until Chuckapuck.
There we go.
Get those Chuckapucks.
Folsom moves to steal Laconia on the breakaway. Nice job.
Great save by Cody Rowe.
And good hustle by Hoyt. Really putting the pressure on at the last second. And then Cody Rowe maintaining his position. 1:30 left here in the power play. Velez looks to pump it up the ice. Luckily it gets on the goal, so they wave off the icing. Laconia-Winnisquam able to clear. Gordon Hoyt to Folsick to Velez. Velez can't connect, and Laconia-Winnisquam brings it into the zone, brings it around across the front. Rowe with a save, Rowe with another save. Good job by staying with the play, making 2 saves.
2 great saves in short time.
Kearsarge Plymouth unable to get much going on power plays here. And Laconia-Winnisquam actually getting some aggressive offense, even in the shorthanded.
Yeah, we're really struggling on our special teams here tonight. You know, it's just, I thought the last one was going in the right direction. We just had a turnover at the point. That created that odd man rush.
Angle.
We really,
ridden into
this
the
game
corner.
right now is going to be another tough hit by Laconia. This is going to be whether we can stay, and I know they use the word a lot, but composed. It's getting not chippy, but the laundry. If this were a football game, there'd be a lot of laundry on the field, and that's the
right.
case here. So our kids have to really be in tune with that, and know how the officiating's, going, and stay out of those situations. So we have 19 more minutes left in this game, and we'll see how we stay composed.
Laconia-Winnisquam not showing any much discipline, and they have 2 penalties. 5-on-3 advantage for Kearsarge Plymouth. As they
Wolfpack penalty.
unable to keep it in the zone.
5-minute major boarding. Smith, 5-minute major boarding.
As we can hear down in the penalty box, the complaining not showing much sign of regaining their composure, but a 5-minute major for boarding for Laconia. The Cats will have a 2-person advantage here. Velez across the net. Oh, great luck. Look for Bro, almost had him.
That's the type of that odd man situation you're looking for.
McIntyre throws one on net, and he's holding his stick. I think it was caught up under his armpit as Velez pins it around. Arnold brings it in traffic, across the front of the net, puts it up and in! Nick Arnold!
Great work by Arnold, being patient, moving that puck, stick handling. Made the goalie commit, which allowed him to just softly place that goal right into the net.
Jacob Arnold with a tremendous play. And this game is now 5-3.
I think they often
Gets
call
goal
that.
scored by number 12, Jacob Arnold. Assisted by number 6, Anthony Velez. Arnold from Velez.
I think that's what they call having a burr under your saddle there. He was a little irritated that call wasn't made for holding, so he took it upon himself and basically walked that goal into the net.
Great job by Arnold to use that. let's say, extra adrenaline to produce a goal.
Absolutely, he channeled it in the right way instead of retaliating. You're dead on, Scott. That's a great example of how you channel that anger and that negative energy into something positive. And it was also nice to see he and Anthony connect on a goal again.
Those are two names I think we're going to hear quite often over the PA announcers, over the loudspeakers here. As Plymouth, Kearsarge brings it in, turns it over to Arnold. Arnold over to Bro. Bro winds up, flex off a skate. 2:30 left in the first period. Thrown out front, puck there, and it's scored! Vernon White taking advantage of a mistake, and the Cats lead 6-3.
No one likes to see a boarding call or a boarding hit, and this is certainly why, because you leave yourself 5 minutes without a player. Despite scoring goals, typically on minors, you get your player back, but on a dangerous hit, such as boarding, leaves you without a player for 5 full minutes.
Number 21, Doug Rowe. White from Rowe.
Point from Bro on the goal, and the Cats extend their lead to 3. 2:10 left in the second period and 2:59 left in the power play as Laconia-Winnisquam able to clear the puck. And again, we're talking about it, composure, a big element in high school sports, especially in contact sports. As Shabbat gains the center line, brings it in the zone. Able to go around 3 players. Velez there to keep the puck in. Throws it in the far side corner. Phillips there. Tries to keep it in. Puck shuffled around, but Shabbat gets the puck back. Cuts it across. Nice pass on that. Shabbat, and it looked like Bailey Nangle. And the flurry of goals continues as the Cat lead 7-3.
These players have been taught to keep their stick on the ice their entire hockey career, and Bailey Nangle did a great job keeping his stick on the ice, and he really didn't have to do much for that goal because Andrew Shabbat fed him a nice soft pass. His stick was where it was supposed to be, and it beat the Winnisquam goalie.
22, Bailey Nangle, assisted by number 23, Andrew Shabbat. Nangle from Shabbat.
Guys, I gotta mention, I actually missed that goal, and again, we keep talking about it, but I was watching behind the play, and again, Laconia-Winnisquam player was digging at Max Phillips, and Max kept his head, and because again he doesn't retaliate, we're able to go up 7-3. Great job by Kearsarge Plymouth maintaining that composure we're talking about. Hopefully we can keep doing that for the next 16 minutes.
Cody Rowe just had a nice glove save to cause a face-off.
1 minute left in the period, 1 minute.
As we have Hoyt, brings it down, some nifty moves, throws it on net.
I'd like to see it go back out high here, a little high-low game, and then back in again, start taking advantage. It's been nice to see us score on these power plays and make them pay for their mistakes.
Libby Schwarner looks like she's seeing her first action of the game.
Sure, number 5, Libby.
Also into the contest, Adam Means.
Fulsick had a wonderful breakup there on the defensive end to stop a 2-on-1.
When again, we go back to trying to get these kids experience in varsity games. You're going to get to a point in the season where you're going to need some subs, and this is a great opportunity by Coach McKinney to get some of these players in. As time winds down with 6 seconds to go in the second period, Kearsarge Plymouth taking advantage of that charging penalty, or the boarding penalty, and they really poured it on. We talked about their power plays not being very effective, and leading 4-3, tacked on 3 more in a matter of about 5 minutes under the power play situation, now lead 7-3.
Again, that had been what has been keeping Laconia-Winnisquam in the game was their power play, and they had 3 goals, and we were struggling on the first couple, but great for, again, to make Laconia and Winnisquam pay for that.
well, the consequence of leaving your line out too. I think Winnisquam, Laconia left that front line out there a lot in the second period, and when you're playing long and hard and that line doesn't have any breaks, they begin to get penalties because they're frustrated.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Chuck-a-puck!
As we got the chuck-a-puck.
Yeah, I know you wanted to see that again. We're keeping this. We're keeping the film going here. Coach, Mr. Fitzgerald here, Scott Fitzgerald, loved the chuck-a-puck when he came over the other night.
I love the chuck-a-puck. Good stuff. It's a fun activity and raise some money for the team, as both of these programs are unfunded. Certainly gracious by both districts to allow this co-op to happen, and with any program you start up, you gotta check its sustainability, and it starts unfunded. These fundraisers are definitely ways to ease that financial burden.
Absolutely, these parents and what they've done, the commitment in any sport, but especially hockey, and the funding that they do is incredible. So this has been a good fundraiser for this parent group.
Kudos to both sets of parents as they work their tails off.
And chuck-a-puck allows the folks that come to the game to interact with the game itself. And as you see the little kids on the ice cleaning up, those little guys are playing in the youth hockey program in Plymouth. So it not only allows the community to interact with the game, but the younger skaters for the local area.
Well, a flurry of goals in the last 5 minutes of the second period extended a 1-goal lead to a 4-goal lead, and Kearsarge Plymouth leads Laconia-Winnisquam 7-3 after 2. Here on the Pemmy Baker TV, we'll be back for the third period. Back here for the start of the third period as Kearsarge Plymouth leaves Laconia-Winnisquam 7-3. They start the period on a power play as a result of the boarding call, 5-minute major. 37 seconds left to go in that power play, as the Cats look to get something going offensively. Shabbat able to get the puck, brings it in the near corner. He's back out, tries to fire towards net, deflected away.
Alex Nangle providing good pressure into the boards.
Oh, you're back, Mr. Caron. I wasn't sure if you made it back from the Sloppy Joe.
We're back and ready to go.
Nice.
Mr. Caron taking advantage of the concession stand, the wonderful food that provided, and little Sloppy Joe's. He puts it on net. Another shot, pokes it in, score!
Boy, I really think that...
And that was set up by...
lost their fire, lost that edge after that penalty.
Garrett Demas with the goal, and that gives Kearsarge Plymouth the 8-3 lead.
And that whole play was set up by Matty Folkman, keeping the puck into our end, and then passing it deep into Laconia territory.
McIntyre and Tucker on defense. Prince, Arnold, and Velez as the forwards.
Cats goal scored by number 11, Garrett Demas, assisted by number 23, Andrew Shabbat. Demas from Shabbat.
Demas from Shabbat. As the Cats able to bring it across the blue line. Jacob Arnold. Nice job by Laconia going down. Velez tries to flick it on net. Puts it across in the middle. Tucker tries to keep it in, but able to do so as Cats have to get onside. McIntyre puts it across to Prince. Now Tucker with the puck. Flips it up over. Again, start of the third period. Kearsarge Plymouth leads Laconia-Winnisquam 8-3. Not much of going on here in the last minute or so. Both teams trading possession, but Laconia-Winnisquam skates in.
Nice angle by Bailey
That was
Barber
Bailey Barber, applying back pressure as a center.
Looks like we have some extracurricular activity going on
another
afterwards, and another penalty on Laconia-Winnisquam.
Yeah, Cody Rowe was trying to get off the ice so that we could take another man advantage. But as often the case, goalies trying to get to the bench before we can get a skater out there is always a tough job.
Well, Laconia-Winnisquam got to be careful. Then too many penalties. You get players ejected, then they're suspended for another game.
Wolves penalty, 2 minutes roughing, Alex Kamek, 2 minutes roughing.
We got
roughing penalty.
We got Nolan Swanson and Adam Means and Libby Schwarner out here on the line. Our 3 forwards.
Pretty good slap shot from the red line.
From the red line.
He fires it, goes a little wide right. Good check behind. Now we have Schwarner with the puck. Puts it up to Swanson. Hoyt and Schwarner in there. Also Means giving chase for the puck. Good job to apply a little pressure there.
Very good job.
Fulsick is chasing the corner, throws it around the boards. Schwarner. Schwarner puts it up.
Good little angle, good little flip pass out to Andrew.
Good job using the body as he was able to gain the puck. He gave a little nudge as he brings it out around 3 players, puts it on goal and scores! Number 23, Andrew Shabbat with the goal. And the Cats lead 9-3. Only one person is going to get credit for that one, as Andrew Shabbat did a great job. Used his body well to gain the puck. Then was able to get it around 3 Laconia-Winnisquam defenders, got it right in front of the net, and stuck it in the 5-hole to get the goal.
Scored by number 23, Andrew Shabbat. Assisted by number 3, Alex Nangle. Shabbat from Nangle.
And they'll give Nangle the assist.
Good back check by Bailey Nangle right there, and then skates all the way through ice and gets that shot from mid-ice and gets a shot up.
Tucker with the puck, up top.
Ethan Laureate with a nice pass, center pass.
Kept in the zone. Tucker right there. Can't hang. Oh no, that's Tucker now, keeping it in the zone. As we have a nice mix-up of different players to form a new line. Barber in there as well. McIntyre back on D's. He puts it up for Laureate. Laureate gives chase, able to keep the puck in. Wrestles it there in the far corner.
Laureate's done a nice job of just providing front pressure to Vermont, Laconia rather.
Laureate was in there kind of 4-on-1, and then Laureate, again, with the use of the type of penalties, makes no sense as he gets called for the cross-checking.
Well, he's got to know that the officials on a 9-3 game that has gotten a little chippy on their end, they're going to be, Jeff Caron said it in between periods. They're just going to be, officials at this point are managing this game and trying to keep it so it doesn't get out of check. So anything borderline, and especially with a team that has 9 goals, is going to get called. So you got to be smart on that.
Paying attention to a little more of the extracurricular rather than on the hockey game.
Cats penalty, number 20, Ethan Laureate, 2 minutes cross-checking. Laureate, 2 minutes cross-checking.
These are the type of lessons a coach is definitely going to go over. As, while this is a 6-goal game, make it a 5-goal game.
Went in off his skate, but again,
I believe it went off of number 12's skate.
I don't think we're going to go to any replay booth here at Federation level, but at NHL level that would be reviewed. But he didn't do it purposely. There was no kicking motion, I don't believe.
No, he was just standing there, went off his skate. Nothing Rowe could do on that one.
Went into the 5-hole of the goalie.
9-4, 10 minutes to go here in the 3rd period.
Fulsick did a nice job of getting to that puck first.
Wolfpack goal, number 12, Nick Snyder. Assist to number 14, Jordan Arnett. Snyder from Arnett.
Snyder on the goal for the Wolfpack.
Nolan Swanson in at center.
Good pressure in the corner by Nolan.
Ooh, and he throws across the front of the net. Good job. Shoots it back on net as everyone gives chase. And a good check in there to gain the puck back. McIntyre.
To Libby Schwarner.
Fulsick tries to poke it away. Unable to do so. Winnisquam around the back net. Laconia doing a nice job of keeping the puck in their zone.
Yeah, we're getting hemmed in
there.
here. Legs are gone right now, too. They've been out for a long time.
You can't see the puck, and a good
Great
job.
job by Cody. Great job.
Keeps his composure.
That's
Didn't
right.
pay attention to all that traffic and was able to get on the puck.
Sure was. It's nice to see that line making several passes there before they approached the goalie. That was nice to see.
Hanaway Rink, a great venue for a hockey game.
We have two fantastic places to play, practice, and a third one to practice at Holderness, who has been, very good about helping us out and giving us some ice time.
Very generous to our program and organization.
As we were to them last year, where we had it when it was a club team, and it's been a nice partnership with Holderness Prep School. It's really been a unique situation, so hopefully we can continue that. But three great places to skate for our kids.
Not only from an ice standpoint, but a viewing standpoint. Just an all-around great venue. Oh, nice shot as he kept it right on the ice, and Rowe goes down low to make the save.
And Mr. Carey can attest, it wasn't always the case. We didn't always have wonderful ice arenas to play in. So these kids are very fortunate to have the ice arenas that they have
And
today.
the support by everybody. The parents, as we've already mentioned, community, the administration, but also the Holderness administration. Dave here at Plymouth State has been incredible to us, and over at Proctor, I know you guys have been taking well care of.
Mike Walsh, the rink director, and also Gregor McKechnie, the athletic director, very generous in everything they do, and that both ice surfaces are phenomenal to play on. Got to have partnerships to make high school athletics work, and we're certainly fortunate to have those. As Velez comes across to Bro, fires a shot, goes wide left, keeps it in front. Jacob Arnold there, a lot of sliding going around. And Bro tries to circle around the net, scoop it in. Can't keep that puck on the net.
It was amazing to see that puck go right across and miss 5 bodies that were laying right in front of it.
Puck comes out of the zone as he tries to dump it back in. Everybody gets back onside.
That was a smart play.
There'll be icing
Looks like
here.
it might be icing here. 6:18 left in the game. Kearsarge Plymouth leads 9-4. We have some upcoming games here on Pemmy Baker TV.
We do, Pemmy Baker TV. Pemmy Baker TV has been a great, as you say, partnership again this year. It's been pretty new to us to get some football games in and some couple playoff soccer games. And at the end of the game, I'm going to probably go over when this game will be replayed, but then also a little bit of the schedule moving ahead for some of the other sports.
A lot of activity going on in the Kearsarge Plymouth end. Looks like we'll have a face-off in the Kearsarge Plymouth zone. 5:29 to go in the game. 9-4 lead. Kearsarge Plymouth. Swanson on the face-off.
A little music there for your listening pleasure.
Yeah, they do a great job here. A lot of tunes going on between every play.
I'm pretty sure Mr. Caron and his wife had that as their selection on their iPod. I think they created that. Is that true?
I don't think so, no.
Is that the 2015-16 hockey mix on your iPod there? As time winds down here in the third period.
Swanson kept that puck in the Laconia end.
Fires it up towards the net, goes behind. Laconia-Winnisquam looking to give chase as they break out. Gain the center line, 2-on-2. Good hustle. On the way back, Rowe pokes it to the side. Here in the near corner, scrambling for possession. Flips it out, but stays in the zone.
Nice pick out of the air by Gordon Hoyt.
Hoyt, great job of controlling the puck. He brings it out himself. Good job. He gains the center line.
Bailey Nangle takes off to the right.
They dump it in the far corner. Looks like it might be icing, and it is. 3:54 left here in the game. 9-4 Kearsarge Plymouth leads. Officials doing a nice job of keeping the game in control as they kind of set a tone.
I couldn't agree with you more. Sometimes Scott just mentioned how the officials have kept control of this game. And you mentioned earlier in contact sports, that's in all sports it's hard, contact especially, but sometimes these games are the hardest ones to ref, not the nail biter 3-2 at the end. Those are a little easier. Done a nice job.
That was a nice hit by Barber. Here's a check. Laconia-Winnisquam throws it across the net. Fire on net, goes wide right. Goes all the way around and outside the zone. Ethan Laureate again.
I think it's
inexplicable at this point.
Well, I really do think it's a clean hit in a regular game, but we keep saying you just got to know. You got to know time and score. I don't know if you can hear us, but coach is calling a timeout right now.
Timeout, yeah. Timeout, yeah.
I think that's a smart move by Plymouth's coach
Very
McKinney to get his players in and start talking about the last 2 minutes and 24 seconds of this game.
Absolutely, great timeout.
You want to avoid any foolish plays that could affect you long term, but this is also trying to talk about gaining composure. We're up 9-4, taking unnecessary penalties, but again, that's part of why athletics is so important in this educational process. You get a tough, tense situation, you get some contact. You know, this is the safe area where they can learn how to deal with that, how to get composure when things aren't going your way. Right now, it's a 2-minute minor. Once you graduate, the stakes get a little higher when we don't keep our heads. And,
correct.
And again, it's a great part where that's where the relationships for coaches can come in and make a huge difference. Laconia-Winnisquam on the power play as everyone goes down on the ice to try and block it.
Laconia-Winnisquam did a wonderful job of passing it around, making sure that they utilize their point.
Yes. Again, their power play has been pretty effective tonight, early on especially.
3 goals on power plays as he fires on net. Rowe goes down low.
What a great save, flashing that pad out. Boy, that was a pretty save.
He goes down on the split, makes a kick save, and then that also gets...
Adam Means threw that puck right out of play for Plymouth.
Laconia-Winnisquam comes down, skates in. 1:35 to go in the game, 1:04 left in the power play. Barber goes over, tries to get the puck, flips it around the far boards. Circles it around in the near corner. Wolfpack tries to poke it away.
What a wonderful job she's done today. All day long playing great defense.
Girls are doing a good job out here right now. We got Libby and Bailey.
And a unique and special opportunity. Females and males getting to play together, and our females certainly carrying the load tonight.
Outstanding. Hemming them in here too.
1 minute left in the game. 1 minute.
Oh, unlucky on a deflection.
They go down. Wolfpack slaps it around. 45 to go in the game. Fires it high left. And there's a lot of bodies being thrown around to try and get the puck. Long shift here for everybody involved.
Nice save by Cody Rowe again.
And as the time runs down,
I think we might run this clock out before the face-off. It's been a great day. Before we get going, I do want to go over the, I'll wait until the music stops, but I want to go over the TV schedule because, again, Pemmy Baker does a great job. That would have been a shame. Nice play by Cody.
And that's the
Thanks for
game.
coming out, hockey fans. Final score, Cats 9, Wolfpack 4. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.
We just heard over the loudspeaker the Kearsarge Plymouth Cats defeat the Laconia-Winnisquam Wolfpack 9-4. Great game, and they improved to 4-1 while the Wolfpack fall to 1-4 in the season. And as we mentioned before, Pemmy Baker TV doing a great job in adding this opportunity for a broadcast, and they also have some upcoming broadcasts, including this one.
They do. I think this one will be replayed tomorrow night at 7 p.m. We have a game coming up, girls basketball, on January 16th. All the games will be at 7 p.m. Boys basketball, January 20th. Wrestling, January 29th. Unified basketball, January 27th. Ski jumping, which will be a fun one, on February 4th. And again, right back here for hockey on February 11th. So, again, catch Pemmy Baker TV. If you see any of the station workers, or if you want to email them, they have done a wonderful job selling it to our community. So,
Wow, definitely an added bonus to have someone like Pemmy Baker TV here in the community, and looks like a wide array of activity going to be on TV. So, once again, Kearsarge Plymouth defeats Laconia-Winnisquam 9-4. Thanks for tuning in. This is Pemmy Baker TV. For Jim Carey and Jeff Caron, I'm Scott Fitzgerald. Have a great night.